Yeah, this was what was this last Thursday morning? Nintendo, did they do this one live or did this just go straight out to YouTube? I didn't see.
I believe it was straight out to YouTube.
This is they. I think we talked about this just last week, didn't we? The Mario
we did
35th
we
anniversary stuff. It was rumored last week that stuff had gotten pushed back. Seems like some of that stuff was not delayed as much as the rumors said, but yeah, they dropped the 35th anniversary Super Mario Brothers Nintendo Direct Thursday morning. I've got all the announcements here in front of me. I'm just going to go through them in order. Starting with the most important one, they're bringing back the Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch.
Woo!
They're not, but that's never existed.
That's not was there not even a Mario branded one? I know obviously this is not what it did back in the day.
There were Mario games on Game & Watches, but yeah.
Not that played Super Mario.
Not that played Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, this one
ridiculous.
This one runs actual Super Mario Brothers in color.
Fucking nonsense. That thing's a piece of weird trash. Like what is that?
Yeah.
What's a Game & Watch that has colors? Like what are we even doing?
It's the future.
Like nothing means anything
it's the future.
Anymore.
We can do whatever we want.
What's a Game & Watch?
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's a guy.
It's a game that's also a watch. It's right there in the name.
Wait, can I put this on my wrist?
I don't know how this was actually supposed to be used as a clock back in the day. Like, what was their idea?
It kept time, and when you open it up, it would have like an attract mode demo or whatever that would just show the time on the screen in the corner, and also you could set an alarm on it, so it would beep at you like a watch when the alarm went off.
Sure. This does have that original Game & Watch Mario catch a juggling ball thing on it, apparently.
So I don't even think that wasn't a Mario thing originally. That was
not?
just like a guy. Okay. That was just a Mr. Game & Watch looking dude.
Yeah.
That they I think have reskinned to make it look like.
Oh, the guy from Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Mario.
So technically, this is a Smash Brothers themed device, as it has Mario from Super Smash Brothers in it.
Right.
Now.
Yes. All right, whatever. Let's cut to the chase here. They announced Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which is this long-rumored collection of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy.
You know, the three best 3D Super Mario games.
Did you notice they ran like a montage, like it's just the whole history of Super Mario Brothers. Afterwards, completely omitted Mario Galaxy 2 from that reel, just like totally pretended it didn't even exist.
It really worked out for them because no one said, "Hey, where's Super Mario Galaxy 2?" They really did a good job of
for sure.
Pulling that snow job on everybody.
This thing is weird, and it seems probably about as, would you agree, this is about as bare bones as they could possibly get away with?
Yeah, weird is not the word I would use.
Well, the release stuff, the stuff around we'll get to the stuff around the release timing and the release window. That stuff is weird and bad. But from the looks of things, so I believe Super Mario Sunshine is getting stretched or getting like reframed to 16:9. Is that the case? But Super Mario 64 is not?
Super Mario 64 is not.
So yeah, like Mario 64, basically nothing is being done to it at all. Sunshine is going to be widescreen. Galaxy seems like it's unchanged, and also they did not remove the motion controls, so you have to take the Joy-Cons off and play it.
Oh, whoa.
Really not what I was hoping for.
I think it does have Pro Controller support.
Does it? Okay. Well, the Pro Controller has motion in it, so they may
So you might not have to, I mean, what I'm saying is you might not have to do this shit. You might be able to do this shit.
Yeah.
Right, but if you were playing handheld mode, which is how I play my Switch mostly, I'm going to have to unhinge.
It's not.
I always play with those Ex Machina controllers, which don't have motion in them, I think. So I have to go get my Joy-Cons that have drift.
Yeah. And Switch Lite users are just going to have to pick up Joy-Cons or like a Pro Controller.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Huh.
Yeah. Maybe there is a mode. I don't know. I guess nobody knows yet.
It uses touchscreen and handheld, is what folks in our chat are saying.
Huh. Okay, yeah, because the motion in that game is really just mostly you waving the wand around to pick up bits, right?
I can put my greasy fingers all over the screen now. Great.
Wait, wasn't that just the second player that did the pickup bits with the wand?
That's what the second player could do, but you could also do
this player one.
Backing them up.
Okay. So this thing is full price. I believe it's $60, right?
Yes.
$20 a game is not like
that's
out
not
of the
terrible.
question. Until you break down that they didn't do anything to Mario 64.
Right. Like I mean, I would have. I would pay $60 for a fully remade Mario 64.
There are fan projects out there. There are so many ways to play like an improved or like touched up Mario 64 at this point.
Yeah.
For them to do this And who knows? Maybe they had grander plans for this that got derailed by COVID. The talk is that Nintendo has been hit really hard by the work from home stuff. And so maybe they had grander plans at some point, but like putting that aside, I think the idea that they're trying to put this pack out and just saying like, here's Mario 64 largely untouched, it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know. Like it's
I feel like it doesn't. It doesn't even fit with the legacy of the AllStars branding because, like, I remember when Super Mario AllStars came out for the SNES, I fucking ran out and bought that thing on day one. Like, I could not get my hands on that game fast enough. Even though, like, later they started giving it away, right? Like, didn't it become the pack-in?
Pack-in. They did a pack-in version that also had Mario World on it,
right?
And which is like the craziest cartridge maybe ever made. But I like that when that came out. Like, I was mostly excited to finally play the real Super Mario 2.
Sure. That was part of it for sure. It was like, oh my god, here's like this long lost Super Mario Brothers game that we've never seen before. But also, like, they did all that work. They did
all that work.
I was just like, oh, this fucking, these are like some of the best games ever, and they look like Super Nintendo games now. Like, give me that shit.
Yeah, totally.
So like, I feel like this is just kind of a whiff or pretty underwhelming, even in terms of that legacy.
Yep.
To slap that name on here, but
it gets worse.
Yeah. So, well, the upside is it's out soon. It's out on the 18th, which is contrary to those rumors last week that it was being pushed to like November. Which, what is that? That's the end of next week. It's 10 days from now. So it'll be out soon, and then it's going away 6 months later. This will only be on sale until March 31st of 2021. And are we definitely 100% sure that is also relevant to the digital version?
They've said that the digital version is also...
Okay, because at first they kind of made it sound like it was just a limited physical run, and the physical copies would go away after that time. But yes, it sounds now like even the digital version...
I think it was like the first place that showed up was like their Japanese account or their like Japanese Twitter account, or there was something out of Japan that said definitely like, digital version also going away.
Yeah, if you want to get this thing, buy it sooner than later.
And maybe they'll sell those games separately, individually after this, or or maybe they'll finally do the work to touch them up and sell those separately for a 40th anniversary.
Ooh. It just sucks because like
it just sucks.
It just sucks, and so many people are like struggling to pay rent and stuff right now. That this like false FOMO shit that they're doing, like if you have looked into the Disney Vault stuff at all, like I watched a video that was going around about. Like, how did the Disney Vault start, and why does that make them billions of dollars all the time?
I can't fucking find Aladdin.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because of their Disney's Vault stuff, which is exactly the same. They'll like put out Cinderella unlimited release of like, now it's 4K Ultra. It's the last time she's coming out of the vault.
I would have thought that Aladdin would be out there in the wake of that live action one. There's like,
you can
renewed interest in Aladdin. So like maybe get both. Maybe get the one you remember too. But yes, that practice is terrible. I don't know. Nintendo has always seemed like by far the most Disney-like of any game company out there. So, kind of
it's
some
practice,
levels, not surprising.
The Disney Vault stuff, obviously it's a format that it lends itself better to this than Switch games do currently. But like, to me, the Disney Vault format just is an inspiration for piracy.
Sure.
That is just like, oh well, I guess there's only one way you can get Aladdin now, and here it is.
Yeah.
And eventually, like Disney Plus will just have all that stuff, right? I mean, they're not going to do that, so I guess that's the other option.
It's a weird carryover from the old moratorium days, when the videos were just distributed on VHS tapes,
right,
or on DVD. There wasn't a digital option, but now that there is that digital option, so Disney is still adopting that kind of format. That's a shame. It's a bummer not being able to have that stuff.
Yeah, and the Nintendo, having the stuff go away, like you wonder, like, are they trying to get all their money in this fiscal year for whatever reason, or something like that? Like, I don't even know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
March 31st is the end of Q4.
Yeah, typically
right?
it's the end of a fiscal year or something like that. So maybe they're trying to just pile all the sales into that so that they can, extract as much as possible or whatever the hell it is. But It's there's no reason. I mean, yeah, okay, like, hey, you don't want to have physical versions of the game out there forever because you don't want to do multiple runs of a game, and like, sure, okay, like physical games are meant to go out of print, but the idea that you won't be able to buy it digitally at that point either, it's just, you just look at it and go like, there's no good reason for this other than like they ran out of hard drive space on the eShop servers or something fucking insane like that.
Granted, it's Nintendo. That's not out of the question.
Yeah, totally. But like, then on top of that, this package sucks. Like, it's a shitty package.
Yeah.
When you think about what they could be doing to those games, you think about like if an overhaul of what an overhaul of Mario 64 could look like.
Totally.
Like what you could do to make Sunshine like a modern and playable game that sucks less, in terms of just like better camera control or options to de-invert some of the right stick stuff in that game, and then Galaxy is modern enough that it maybe doesn't need quite as much work, but then it also shipped with all the motion stuff and all that like, oh, maybe it's time to remove that in a more meaningful way than they seem to have. We'll see when it comes out, like what it actually is, but like from what they've put out, and they've put out stuff like, hey, here are the resolutions these games are going to run at, and that sort of stuff also, and that's not impressive either. You just look at it and go like, hey, if your goal here is to honor the 35th anniversary of Mario, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, or you're saying that you really don't give a shit about Mario. You're like, 35th anniversary, here we go. I mean, it's not 40. It's 35. Like, who celebrates a 35th anniversary of anything anyway? 25, you celebrate, and then it's just on the 10s until you get to 75. You're only so 35 isn't even a real thing anyway that should be celebrated in this way anyway. So maybe that makes sense. There's like, we're gonna kind of fart this thing out and whatever. But it's
disappointing.
It's disappointing, totally.
Mario 64 is one of the most important games ever made. It deserves better than...
It deserves better, and Galaxy's a great game, too, and they should have just put Galaxy and Galaxy 2 on this thing, and Mario 64, and been done with it, and just do their best to forget that Sunshine ever even happened.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least the good Mario AllStars is out on the Nintendo Switch Online service now, so...
Right.
At least you
so even like, honestly, like for as awesome as that was at the time, like that's not the way I would ever want to play Super Mario Brothers 1 or 2 nowadays.
Why? Because of the very minor gameplay differences.
Yeah, they don't feel right.
Yeah, they don't slightly.
They don't feel right. Yeah.
Well, whatever. All that is just a prelude to the actual weirdest, perhaps best announcement from this thing. Super Mario Brothers 35. Which is a multiplayer version of Super Mario Brothers in the style of Tetris 99. Right down to the little 4-way analog stick selector at the top to target different players to send junk to their screens. Which
that's kind of ridiculous.
Kind of cool.
It looks
cool.
Yeah. I'm
the idea of like Super Mario Brothers, the first one, especially as someone who's trying to play through that fucking hateful second game right now. Like, it's a very demanding game. The idea of having to play that not only very accurately, but also as fast as humanly possible against other people in a race sounds like an absolute nightmare. But maybe that's part of the appeal. I don't know. It looks like the idea is basically it's like a timed race, right? Like, I think ultimately you're just trying to get through the level faster than anybody else.
Yeah, I think that's the main idea. Yeah.
But you're essentially spawning more enemies in other people's levels by doing stuff in your level, but they're obviously doing the same thing to you, and like. It looks like there are ways for you to add more seconds onto your clock and stuff like that. Like, it seems like a pretty awesome idea.
And then it's also going away on March 31st.
Also, yes, also limited time, which is kind of like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
They've done such a good job of supporting Tetris 99 for all this time since it came out. Like, they're still supporting that game. Like, why would you? Why? I don't know, man.
And also, remember that browser game that had Mario assets in it that eventually got switched out with non-Mario assets after the cease and desist game that was basically this?
Yes.
It was very similar to this idea in terms of it being a multiplayer take on Mario 1.
Sure.
But that was more a case like if you picked up a star and touched other players, you would kill them. There was like more direct stuff like that I'm not sure that they're doing here. But seems kind of weird that on top of all that, they're like, we're going to shut down this fan project and then kind of make that fan project and then layer some Tetris 99 stuff into it. Like, all right. And it's going to go away in more. Yeah. That's maybe like one too many things on the pile for me to feel good about it, but it looks cool.
Yeah. And I believe that one, like Tetris 99, is a kind of free value add for the online service, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I think
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about price.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything.
They fucking better not take away Tetris 99 at any point, or I'm going to break my Switch over my knee and throw it in the trash.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
Just get into Tetranet, baby.
Yeah, okay,
6
sure.
players are all you need.
You know, could also be done with that. What else we got here? Mario Kart Circuit. I'm sorry, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. I misread that.
Yeah.
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which, like, was this the first time anybody ever even heard of this thing?
I thought that this had been teased or something. I don't know. I don't actually know.
It's kind of wild. It is a combination kind of RC car and like AR, like augmented reality racing game, Mario Kart experience.
Yes. I was just thinking about getting into RC cars too.
It's basically an RC car Mario Kart character. I think that looks like they're only launching Mario and Luigi to start. Is that right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Dang it.
When you go to the website.
I would assume they would do 4 cars at launch, but I don't.
Yeah, I thought you could have like up to 4 players.
I just went to the website and it's got a choose your driver and hit the track, and it's got a little selector that just has Mario and Luigi. So,
okay.
If there are more characters,
you can play 4 players.
Yeah, if they're they might look different in the game than they do on the car.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a little RC car with a camera mounted on the top, which beams the video to your Switch, and then does a bunch of AR stuff on top of that to, create
you can kind of build your own track, put down these checkpoints around a room, and then drive it once to lock in kind of what the track looks like, and it'll then AR the rest in for you.
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah, it's $100 a car
for a car.
It is not cheap to get in,
and everyone needs to bring their own Switch from the sounds of things.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure
that gets expensive fast.
Yeah, and watching the trailer, it looks like it simulates all the Mario Kart stuff of like, you get hit with a shell and the car stops in real life for a few seconds and stuff like that. Like it's a cool idea.
It is cool.
The big thing I want to see is how fast those cars go. I wish that there was like a better shot in their demo of just like a pulled out shot showing like how fast are these things getting around. Because I feel like who's going to have a big enough space, and people have carpet on top of that, so they may not have any suitable space at all. And so in a tighter space, a slower car makes more sense, right? So it's
true. But I would be building the stuff outside for sure.
Those cars, I don't know. Well, let's take a closer look at the cars when that thing comes out. But like, also the car doesn't look like it's built for outdoor like asphalt use. Certainly, like paved streets. I don't know about y'all, but like the paved street out here, I would not put solid tire RC cars on at all, because it would just flip over because everything is so rough out there. Like if you had, solid, some good rubber tires, maybe a little air in them even. That's a different story. But those cars look a little too toy-like and a little less RC car-like in a way that they will. Speaking as someone who has broken RC cars just jumping them off the curb, and those had like shocks and rubber tires and all that other stuff, like these things don't look like they're built for that.
You're not gonna trust a flimsy $100 toy on some Petaluma asphalt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just planning on having drag races in my bathtub.
There you
That'd
go.
Be pretty good.
Yeah.
That is coming out, I believe, November. Is the date?
October 16th.
Oh, is it?
I just saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's soonish.
Yeah.
Only other big announcement out of this Mario thing is that they are indeed porting Super Mario 3D World from the Wii U, as has been rumored, and that's awesome because that game rules, and I don't think enough people played it, because who played their Wii U?
I did not play this game. I'm under the impression this is the best Mario game that I have never played.
It's fantastic. I didn't finish it. I played about half of it. It's fucking real good. And they're adding a bunch of content to it. They're adding like kind of an add-on called Bowser's Fury, which looks pretty good. More people should play that game. It's very good. Music is very good.
Fine, it will.
Everything about it is very good.
Go out and get that Wii U version before they remove it.
Yes.
I'm good. I'm good if they just erase the Wii U from history.
All right,
man. Still got my Wii U hooked up. Because it's got Super Mario 3D World on it. Actually, the last thing I played on it.
Well, Brad, I have good news for you.
Oh, after all these years, I can start over in that game. And it looks like scalpers are already selling pre-orders for 3D AllStars out there. This is a limited edition thing.
Fantastic.
It's a great
It's not
time.
that limited. I don't know. They didn't give the impression that it was going to be that limited. So I wonder if this is just people trying to scam.
Yes, it's just panic pre-ordering, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's not like sneakers. You'll get your copy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hopefully.